Hello, and thank you for engaging with our presentation. My name is Hsiao-Ping, an assistant professor in the Institute of Education in Dublin City University, Dublin, Ireland. This presentation begins by introducing our goals and research questions, taking a brief look at the literature, followed by an overview of our study, and wrapping up with our findings and implications for educators and researchers. According to the literature review, we have found the importance of digital literacy education. However, there has been limited training in teaching digital literacy in teacher education and school district professional development in middle school setting. These 2 points has inspired us to conduct research to develop digital literacy education in middle school setting. At the same time, we also found there has been a number of studies has been conducted to investigate the importance of blended learning approaches as well as project-based learning experience to develop middle school students' digital literacy. So one of the topics of our study is to investigate how to combine these 2 approaches to develop digital literacy of middle school students. Finally, based on our literature review, we have already found the debate regarding the association between the internet use patterns and profession and position of digital literacy. We have 2 research purposes. The first one is to investigate how middle school students, their digital literacy levels were impacted after engagement in a blended technology-rich and project-based learning environment. The second purpose is to identify how the students' daily internet access time and usage purposes influenced by their digital literacy changes by the BDP environment. I have already put all of our research questions on our screen. And take a moment to read this for yourself. If you need more time, you can pause this video. Let me introduce our methodology section. That is our research site. We conduct research with a middle school in Taoyuan City in Taiwan. This study totally involved 80 students, middle students. That is the conceptual framework underlying the proposed blended technology-rich and project-based learning environment. The main idea of learning environment is to involve students in a seamless learning environment. You can pause this video if you need more time for reading this framework. This framework has been inspired by the social constructivist digital literacy framework proposed by Reynolds in 2016. These are our data resources. The first one is pre- and post-program self-reported questionnaire on digital literacy. We developed an identical pre- and post self-reported questionnaires with the 5-point Likert scale to measure the 80 students' digital literacy based on the following digital literacy elements. These 5 elements of digital literacy was defined by EU's Digital Competence 2.0 framework in 2016. Our second data resource is the Internet Use Questionnaire. An Internet Use Questionnaire was issued to the students to investigate their daily Internet access time and Internet usage purposes. This questionnaire also further investigated the students' their Internet usage purposes related to information search and management, communication and cooperation, content creation, and problem solving. In the end of this study, 58 valid responses collected from the AD participants. This is our data analysis. To answer our first research questions in terms of how the middle school students, their digital literacy changes after the engagement in the BDP learning environment, we applied Wixon side rank test to understand if students their mean change in each semester in the 5 elements of digital literacy were statistically significant. For calculating the effect size for each element of digital literacy, we applied Rosenthal formula rather than Cohen's D. The data analysis for our research question 2 and 3, the 58 students, their mean digital literacy changes were further compared by using the Kusko-Wallis test among groups with respect to the first one, the 3 levels of daily internet access time, and that is to understand the relationship between their digital literacy changes and their everyday internet use. 3 levels of internet usage purposes related to the application of information search and management, communication and cooperation, and problem-solving purposes. Finally, 2 levels of internet use for creation. However, running a categorical mean comparison with limited samples from a single semester was problematic. For instance, we only got 4 valid responses from the spring 2017 semester. So we had no way to do categorical analysis with only 4 samples. So we combined the 58 valid responses and standardized their digital literacy changes in each semester. Such standardized digital literacy changes were then used to conduct a cross-sectional comparison analysis with Kusko-Wallis test based on their levels of daily internet access time and daily internet usage purposes. Let's move to our results section. Research question 1. How did middle school students' digital literacy change after engagement in the BDP learning environment? As you can see here, we got 2 statistically significance in the semester of spring 2017 as well as in the semester of fall 2017. However, for our last 2 semesters, we failed to see any statistically significance. This outcome might be explained by the difference in curricula across semesters and the potential effects of social interaction on students' development of digital literacy, although all the curricula was designed and implemented based on the BDP learning environment. Research question 2. Do changes, if any, differ with respect to levels of the middle school students' daily internet access time? Based on our statistical evidence, the amount of the students' internet access time was not significantly associated with their T-scores of digital literacy mean changes. The first one of research 3, the change, if any, differed with respect to the students' daily internet usage for information search and management purposes. There was no significant difference found among the 3 groups of information search and management. Let's see the relationship between the students' daily internet usage for communication and cooperation and their digital literacy changes. There was no significant difference found among the 3 groups for communication and cooperation. In other words, students' their everyday internet use for communication and cooperation didn't have any significant relationship with their digital literacy changes. The changes, if any, differed with respect to the students' their daily internet usage for creation purposes. Again, there was no significant difference found between the two groups for creation. In other words, no matter if the middle school students use internet for creation in their daily life, they won't impact their digital literacy changes in the BDP learning environment. Finally, the change, if any, differed with respect to their daily internet usage for problem-solving purposes. Again, there was no significant difference found among the three groups for the purpose of problem solving. That means this doesn't matter if the students use the internet for problem solving in their daily life. Okay, so based on our findings so far, we can move to our discussion and conclusion section. Based on our research findings, we can conclude that the debate on students' internet use patterns and its relationship with their digital literacy levels and development still need more research efforts. Based on the previous studies, we can understand that the relationship between students, their internet use, and their digital literacy level still need more studies. Based on our study, we come up with two implications. The first implication is for parents and educators. We need to provide appropriate guidelines on the internet use time and purposes for our middle school students. The second implication is for further investigation for researchers. We need to apply objective methods to obtain students their digital literacy rather than self-report. For instance, the main reason is that based on this study by these scholars in 2018, they indicated that middle school students significantly overestimated their actual digital literacy. There's an obvious gap between the students' self-reported and actual digital literacy. So in the future, if we'd like to see the relationship between the students, their internet use, and their digital literacy levels, we might need to use objective methods. And thanks for your attending for our virtual presentation. Thank you so much.